12th, 2025. I'm Andrea. This is Geeky Girls Journal. And today, how is the weather where you are? Just thought I would come in and say hello to everybody and see how everybody's doing today. I wasn't able to come in yesterday because of school school delays, and then today we have school closing. So I was debating whether or not I should come on today, but I'm here. I'm here. So, good morning, Bud Files. I am here. I'm here, and uh, this is gonna be one of those days. I hope you all are having a great one. So it's cold here. It's snow, and that's about the size of it. It's cold here, and it's a lot. It's snow. I don't know how much. Maybe about 3 inches. So that's what we're doing. I am completely momming today. I was able to get away for a second. I told my children I had to come jump on here real quick, and then, I'll see how the day progresses. I'm washing clothes, cooking. What else? Should be doing some, I probably start doing some cleaning. But that's how my day is going so far, you all. That's about it. That's about it. I am also, I don't know, I woke up this morning, my head was hurting. So I was like, okay, what's that about? But how's your day going? How's everybody doing? I thought that I would just kind of come on here and see how everybody was, like I said, and see if there's anything that anybody wants to talk about in particular. I don't know. I thought about, you know, talking about real quickly, what is it that God has done for you? Because I mean, if I had to just pick a topic, what has God done for you? And I think that's a pretty easy topic to have a conversation about because God's done so much for all of us, like that sometimes it may be even hard to just pinpoint one specific thing. And you don't have to pinpoint one specific thing. It's just me trying to get you to recall some of those things in your life that He's done that may have been unexpected or that may have been expected. Like you may have been praying for something to come to pass or continuously asking God for something and just waiting and waiting and waiting to see, when it will materialize. And you may still be in that place where you're waiting, but some of you have already received those things that you've prayed for. And I think about my own life and how I am in a season right now of things that I prayed for back then, like I prayed for years ago. And I'm like, okay. Or I may have prayed for them a couple months ago, but it's starting to come to pass. And I see it and I'm like, okay, God, I see what you're doing. Where when I prayed about it, I probably wanted that thing. No, I know myself, I wanted that thing taken care of right then. But I understand now why it let me put my top chat on chat filter. Okay, but now I'm understanding, not now, or I understand why God, why His timing is better than my timing because it couldn't come at a better time. It couldn't come at a better time. So it's something that I prayed about, but and it was expected, like I was waiting for it, and then it came to pass. And it's like, okay, I understand. Like those things, He was allowing me time to grow and to, you know, um, become better spiritually, mentally, physically before he answered that prayer. And some of you may be facing the same thing. Maybe you want something done right now, but now may not be your time. It just may not be your time. And we know that God works things out so that it's for our good. So if that's the case, if you're praying for something right now, you're like, I don't see the manifestation of that thing, or I don't see it coming to pass. Lord, where are you? Then perhaps it could be that you're just not ready to receive what it is that God has for you. Maybe you have to do a little bit of maturing. And sometimes I know that may be a hard pill to swallow for some, but it's a reality. Like, are you ready for what it is that God has for you? Or are you in a season where you need to grow up? And I know that might sound harsh to some people, but that's just how it is. Like, are you in a place where you need to grow up and get prepared for what it is that God has for you. Hey, Luther, what's up, peeps? Hey, peeps, peeps. Hi, Chuck. How are you? Good morning. Hajar. Hey, thank you for stopping. Appreciate it. Come on in here, you all. So I was thinking, I was just like, am I coming in today? And I just made myself come on. I know I came in later. That's because I was really sitting there trying to make a decision. Like, do I come on or do I not? I have so many things to do, but I'm like, you know what? I need to go on. So, yeah, you all let me know. Is there anything that you would want to talk about? Is there anything that God's blessed you with? Or is there anything that you're praying for? And maybe you need a prayer buddy. I don't know. Find one. And, I was thinking about as a topic, just in case, we didn't get this thing rolling, was just, those things that God has, blessed you with, or things that God has done for you, and that they were unexpected or expected. Like I was saying before, sometimes you pray about things and then you're like, I'm waiting. And it feels like you may be waiting for a long time. You just feel like that season is like it's not going to happen. And then all of a sudden one day, there it is. And then you remember, you're like, oh yeah, I remember. I remember when I prayed about that. And now it's actually happening. Or I remember when I asked God to do this. Or it could be something that's unexpected. Say you're running late for work and you just can't seem to find your keys. And you're like, I cannot find these keys anywhere. I know I put them down in the same place that I always put them in on my dresser, but I can't find them, or on the key hook, wherever it is, in your closet or in the mud room, whatever it is, wherever it is that you put your keys. And then you're looking and looking and looking, can't find your keys, and you're delayed. You're delayed for work. And then once you finally do leave on your way to work, you see that there's a major accident, or that there was a road closure or something along that line. And you're like, now I see. Maybe God prevented, you from being in that situation, or, kept you from being held up further, because now you got to take an alternate route. So it's going to get you to work faster than going the way that you would have. You would have gotten stuck in traffic, So, we have to start looking at not only those big things, because we're all oftentimes looking for those big, big blessings, like those big prayers that we ask for, and we're waiting for those to come to pass. But what about those little things, like waking up in the morning? Good thing you came on later today. I would have missed your live today if you hadn't. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad I came on at 10 then, Lula. And it's probably gonna be good for me because I'll still be able to go do all the things and hang out with the girls. So yeah, what if God prevented you from getting in those situations, right? Never know, unexpected. So that's something that he kept from happening to you because he was being a protector. And I don't know, I like to think about those things. Or what about those unexpected occurrences that we have if if you need to pay a bill and you're wondering where that money is going to come from? You're like, I don't know how I'm going to get this money, and then all of a sudden, now you have provisions to pay for that bill. It may You may have gotten a check from somebody for a birthday. Like maybe they sent you a check for your birthday, but you got it in advance, right? You never know. People were like, hey, I wanted to send it to you, so I wouldn't forget to send it to you on your birthday. And now you got this check. You're like, oh, okay, now I got a check. I can pay this bill. Or somebody owed you money from years ago. Maybe you forgot about it and they remembered it and like, oh, I owe such and such this amount of money. So then they give you that amount of money and it's enough to pay your bill. Hey, it's me. Hey, how you doing? And it's enough to pay your bill. Thank you for coming in. It's me. So then now you have enough to pay that bill. Or you, or somebody just wants to bless you with something. And then there you go. Here they come and you have the appropriate amount of money to pay the bill that you need to pay. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's me is Bibble, you are. Remember Bibble? My moderator, Bibble changed her name to It's Me. It's Me is so connect with It's Me. Oh, I forgot. I haven't done this in a long time. If you have not done so, you can go ahead and type GGJ in so that you can share your link with other people. That way, other people who might want to connect with you in the chat session can do that. You all can make connections and go over and visit each other's pages and, connect. Because it's not always all about me. It's not all about me. I had to learn that the tough way. So I was thinking you are going along with unexpected or expected. Yep, that's Bible. Do you remember Lula? That's Bibble. That's Bibble's popping up. Changed her name. You can change your name on YouTube every so often. I don't do that because I just want mine to stay consistent. So what else? I'm thinking about those things. Like, how many of you have ever experienced a time where God was telling you to go somewhere or not go somewhere, where you, okay, maybe you prayed to go somewhere. Let's say it you all, I don't know, I'm trying to think about it. Let's say you were thinking about somewhere warm to go, like, oh, I want to move. I want to move to, you think about all those warm states and you're like, oh, I want to move there, I want to move here. And then God, um, let's say you have a list of places, maybe California, maybe, I don't know, Florida, Arizona. We're thinking about warm places, right? And then you're thinking of those particular places that you want to go, that you want to live, and maybe uproot your family and then go start somewhere new. You might be thinking of a place that is a city or somewhere that is more rural, where you want to just relax and have peace and quiet around you. And then all of a sudden, like, God is telling you to move, right? And you're like, where am I going to move? Right? Like, you're thinking about these other places, but God actually wants you to go in a different place, right? And you're like, I don't know anything about let me think of a random place, not random place, but yeah, I maybe you're thinking, I don't know anything about that location, guy, that you're trying to send me to. And you're like, I don't know, I don't have any family there, I don't know if that's where I'm supposed to be. And then you have all these questions, but God says go. And then let's say you're obedient and you act on it. You say, okay, God, I don't know why you're sending me to X, right, to the state X, but because you said, you're preparing a place for me, and I'm going to just trust that this is where you want me to be. So then you go to that place. And then, and again, we're thinking about this. This is a place you did not expect to go. And it was not on your list. Like, you had a whole list of states that you would much rather go to. And then, this place was not on your list, this particular place. And then God says, go there. And then you're like, okay, I don't know, but I'm just going to trust in what you're saying, God, and I'm going to just be obedient. So you step out on faith, and then you go to this state. Hey, Mr. Terry, how you doing? And so then you step out on faith, and then you go to this place, right? So then when you get there, you're unpacking, like, you move the family in, and you find a house and all these things, and not to mention that God led you to the right house. Like, you didn't even know where to look, and you're like, okay, let me look. And you ended up getting a house. It's beautiful. Those things that you wanted in a home, and you get there, you move there, and you're like, okay. And then all of a sudden, now you're thinking about job opportunities, and you go do interviews and things like that. And then God gets you that job, and you're like, man, this job actually, actually has everything that I'm looking for. Plus, like, maybe they give you the salary you're looking for, but the salary is more than what you expected, right? And also they have sick leave, like, just more than you need, maybe. They have sick leave. They have all these benefits, and then they even have childcare. If you have a child, you're like, oh, they even have childcare. I didn't even know about that. So they have all these benefits that you didn't even think anything of. And then to top it off, now you get there and you're like, what about a church home? Then God, you go visit all these different churches, and then you end up at a church that you really love, and then you go to this church and they're community based, like, it's just, the preacher is awesome, and it's just everything you want. And you're like, man, I couldn't have excuse me, oh, excuse me, I couldn't have chosen a better place myself. I couldn't have chosen a better place myself. But you see, God provided. This all was unexpected. A place that you didn't even have. Thank you. Thank you. It's me. A place that you didn't even have on your list. But God made those provisions once you got there, because that is where He wanted you to move your family into progress. So you got the house of your dreams, you got the job, you landed this job, and you ended up finding a church home and a church family. And then what else? It's nice and warm, like you wanted. May not have been the state that was on your list, but it's nice and warm. Why? Because um you went and you obeyed God. So He helped you to find that particular place. See, that's amazing, Lulu. What about you, Bibble? Bless you. Very good for me. I woke up and looked I mean, took a nice big breath of fresh air and felt amazing. That's what it is. Like if you wake up, that's a blessing. If you wake up in the morning, I agree, Lula. That's a blessing. Being able to breathe, take a breath of fresh air, like you said, and stretch your limbs out, walk around, talking, being able to, vocalize your thoughts, and being able to, tell your loved ones good morning and give them a hug, all those great things. So I agree. Let's see. Hi, Bibbles. How are you today? Mr. Terry says, hi, everyone. Hello, Geeky Girls Journal. Viewers and subscribers. Okay, that's Mr. Terry dropping the information. Grab something for the smart girl in your life. We have books, ebooks, t-shirts, hoodies, and more. We also have coffee cups and journals. So I probably need to add that to Nightbot. Yeah, just go check out geekygirlsjournal.com. You'll find all those wonderful things there. Hi, Bible. How are you today? Please hit the like. Okay. Um, Bless you, GGJ. Thank you, Lula. Oh, I'm good. I just finished playing a game with my sisters. Garden, good morning, Garden. How are you? Sounds like fun. Hope you enjoyed your games. Yeah, they having a good time, Lula. It's me. I'm going great. Thank you for asking. Thanks, Lula. Okay, and I'm back on track. So, yeah, you all, this is I'm sure not gonna be an hour live. Oh, you're welcome, Mr. Terry. Yeah, so that's it. I was thinking about yeah, what I just said, how God just sometimes tells you to go to a to a new location, and you may not know what that location has in store for you, but you get there and you find out that it has all those things that if you had a checklist, it checks everything off that list, and then you're very happy in that location, and you find that you're ready, you want to um continue to live in this particular location because God, He knew that it was a perfect place for you. You may not have thought about that state or thought about that city, but then He's like, no, this is the place I have in store for you and your family, and you are going to grow and be prosperous there. So that's where you can go and continue to do those things that you are called to do. Oh, Lady Scott, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. I know this is a long time ago, but how did it go for Christmas when did you end up wearing what you wanted to wear? Because I know it's been a minute. Let's see what old lady Sky says. If you're wondering why I haven't been on YouTube in the comments. Oh, okay. Well, can you be on there right now? Can you? Are you allowed to be on here now? Because if you're not, just don't comment. I'm glad you came in to let me know so I can see you. Hey, I hope everything else is going well. But oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, don't be on here just listen in. Don't be on here getting in trouble. Yeah, don't get in trouble. I learned my lesson too. Oh, okay, good. Well, see, sometimes in life, we have to go through things like that, harsh things, in order to learn the lesson. And see, you said I learned my lesson, so that's that's a step in the right direction, right? That's a step in the right direction. It could have been that you were like, okay, I don't care what they said, I'm gonna do it again, and then that's not productive. So I'm glad to see that you have learned your lesson and now you know how to move forward and you know what to do. So thank you for sharing that. Thanks for coming in. So how did it go? Like, were you able to wear your own, the clothes that you wanted to wear, that you decided to wear? Because I don't think, yeah, we didn't have I haven't seen you since then and had have a conversation about it. So how many of you have snow where you are? Is it snow where you are? Or is the weather like shifting at all? Is it colder or is it warmer? So I know a lot of you on here are in like the southern states where it's a little bit typically supposed to be a little bit warmer, but we all know the weather is weathering. It's doing God is in control, and it's you don't know what you're gonna get from day to day. Oh, good. Yay, cookies. Here we go with the cookies again. What kind of cookies? So yeah, everybody, is it snow where you are? Is the sun shining? Hey, Carol, how you doing? Hey, Geeky Girl, how are you? I'm fine. How are you? Are you doing a miniature? Are you cooking some miniature food today? Are you cooking some miniature food today? And my parents are right there in your home city. Yeah, about to fly out. So I'm like, I don't know. I thought about that when I saw you. Like, oh yeah, my parents there on Cicero. Let's see, Minister Reserve, Deacon. That's Carol just saying hey to everybody. Hey to everybody. It's wait, what's today, you all? Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Some people like to call it hump day. Do you all have any plans for Wednesday? And then I'm probably just gonna roll out. Yeah, do you all have any plans, anything that you want to say, anything that's pressing on your heart that you want to, get across? I am in the process of trying to figure out like which direction I want to go with the channel. Like, I don't know if I'll be able to continue doing lives every day. Like, it's exhausting sometimes, you ought to be honest. Like, I like to do it. I really do like to do it, but I don't know. I'm thinking about, because I also know that I need to do more uploads. I definitely need to do more uploads, long form content for those of you who might not understand what I'm saying when I say uploads, but more long form content, because like I do like coming in and interacting with people doing a live stream. Like, let's not be mistaken. I like to engage, and share, because sharing is caring, and I like to get everybody's perspective. But I also am like, okay, I know I should be doing um, long form videos, and mine would not be that long. Maybe about, I don't know, 10 minutes, or it could be longer. Who knows? But I'm thinking with my schedule, I have to try to figure out a way to start getting to doing long form content, because I don't do a lot of that. And that's also where I could, stand to do more of, to make sure I'm comfortable with just looking at that. I mean, I'm just looking at the camera right now, so it's no difference. But just to, the thing with that is editing. Maybe that's part of it. Like, not really wanting to edit. On live, I can just get on here and I can say what I'm gonna say, do what I'm gonna do, and then I don't have to worry about it editing at all. Editing. But when you do uploads, you do. But yes, please do more of the long form videos. Oh, okay, you like the long form? Hey. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. And I'm thinking that would also give me more time to do those things that I need to do in my household, because I don't want to ever prioritize this over that. I want to make sure that everything is good here first, and then that gives me time to um, do social media. But for now, it works. Like, it works with me doing it at 10 o'clock. I just know that the time that I take to do live streams are also time that I could be using on some days to do long form videos. So I may have to do like live streams. I'm thinking maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday, something along those lines, or Tuesday, Thursday. It's gonna have to make sense for me in my head. I just need to make a schedule. Maybe like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and on Tuesday, Thursdays, maybe um Tuesdays actually record, and maybe on Thursdays put the video out. I don't know yet. It's just trying to think about it, trying to work through it. But I'm also thinking about bringing the words back, words on Wednesday. So that might be one of my lives for Wednesday. How many of you like vocabulary words? Let me see. Let me do that in the chat. Oh, I can do it. Oh no, don't highlight. I don't want to do that. How many of you like vocabulary words? I don't know how to turn that thing off. I just did something. I can do a poll. I was trying to do a poll. Good morning, TMC. How are you? Hey, TMC. Mama just realized I could put Nightbot in timeout. You can? I didn't even know that. Did you put Nightbot in timeout? Sometimes Nightbot need a timeout. We got about 8 in and still snowing. 8 inches. Oh wait. And it's 8 degrees. Oh Lord. I better close my mouth then, because we got 3 and they canceled school. And I was like, yes. I don't know. I love when my kids, I know they're gonna have to pay for it on the tail end, like when it's warmer outside, but I prefer them go when it's warmer. Like, I don't, who cares about going, like when it's warm outside? You don't care about going outside when it's warm. It's when it's cold. So I prefer, and I know some of you might be on the other end of that, but I prefer for them to go to school when it's warmer. Like when it's cold, go ahead and let us stay at home. When it's snow outside and ice, I don't even want to go. And I know when I was younger, we had to go. We still went. We were marching in our boots in the snow. And I mean, it felt like blizzards, like the snow was blowing all in our face and all type of stuff, and ice, and we still were going to school. I'm so glad I wasn't a parent during that time frame because now I like thank you very much. Yes, give us the day off. I'll take it. But I won't. Oh, okay, but you won't put you won't put Nightbot in timeout. Good morning, TMC from Lula. Hey TMC. Everybody saying hey to TMC. I'm editing. You editing right now. See, that's what I'm talking about, Carol. Editing and that thing is time consuming. I don't care what anybody says. And for me, I think it just takes more time because I can't sit there for the whole whatever hours it takes to edit. It depends on your video. I had to do mine in segments, like edit a little bit, then go get kids and stuff like that. So it breaks it up for me. So it just makes it seem even longer. And I'm like, I do not feel like doing it. Now, lately, the videos I've made, I've done no editing. I just get on there, say what I'm going to say, and pop on off. But if it's longer than, I don't know, 20 minutes, which it shouldn't be, you should keep them, what, 10 minutes and under? So maybe if I just do quick, like little quick videos, 8 minutes and under 10, well, not under 8 minutes. I know you got to do at least 8 minutes, but 10 minutes, like between 8 and 10 minutes, pop on and pop out of that joker, then I'll probably be all right. I think it's me. I get on there and I just, I'm talking too much, and then I'm like, oh man, I gotta cut this out. That's too much, or I got sidetracked or something like that, and I need to. I think with long form videos, I just have to remember to stay on track because I can, veer off sometimes, but stay on track, stick to the points, and get up out of there, right? Because that's what people want to see. They want something quick, boom, boom, say what you got to say, and go. So be concise. Get on there, say it, go. That's what I've been practicing on. Get on there, say it, and get out of there, right? It's not like live where I can come in and I can engage with you all and talk and I can elaborate a little bit more. I mean, I guess I could elaborate on long form videos, but it's going to be a long video and people are more than likely, I don't know, they may not want to sit there for a 30-minute video or an hour. Who knows? I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. Vocabulary words are awesome. Yeah, I'm thinking a little about doing vocabulary words. At least I would know because when I did it way back then, I had a schedule. I did words on Wednesday, like vocabulary words on Wednesdays, and it worked for me because I knew if no other day, Wednesday, vocabulary words. So I think that's what I might do. And if you all like vocabulary words, you'll like it. And I could probably do that in a live. I think it'd be fun in a live. I used to just do a long form video with it where I would get a vocabulary word, the part of speech, um, the correct pronunciation. Did I say that right? I would tell people how to pronounce it and do a sentence. Like it would be give a sentence. I would give a sentence and I just ask the audience to give a sentence. So it was fun. So maybe in a live, it could be fun to see what kind of sentences people come up with on the spot. So maybe, yeah, I'm still kind of working through that, but that might be what our Wednesdays look like. Me, I will put Nightbot in timeout right now. Oh yeah, look, you sure did. Nightbot was timed out for 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Thank you, me. Good. Nightbot put on an AZ, and I don't even know what that's like. Oh, good. So you've never, have you ever, I'm sure you've seen snow, but have you ever experienced snow in Arizona? Is what I should ask. And you a night. Well, what's the temperature like there right now? Because I know you all get like 100 degrees and up, don't you? Like 105. And I'm always like, ooh, now that's hot. But is it a dry heat? I heard it was a dry heat. I love vocabulary words. The more I know, the more people I can have an intelligent conversation. I know that's how I see it too, Mr. Terry. I think the vocabulary words gives you more of, a word bank, right? So that when you're talking to people, you can pull those words and use those words. So yeah, I think we'll get back to that. And we can just do it. We can do it right here, maybe in a live, and then that's what we'll do on Wednesdays. What y'all think about that? I like the idea. So maybe words on Wednesdays. I figure out something else to call it. Maybe I'll look back at my old videos and see what I used to call it and do it that way. And then it'll be like a no longer than a 30-minute live, and it'll be cool. People can replay it if they want, or I'll just do a upload. Like that'll be real quick, and that way you all can just share your sentences in the comment section like I used to do it. So we'll think about it. I'm just trying to think about ways to be more productive and to use my time wisely and also, do this at the same time. So that's where I am with that. I would love even to see some snow. It's a novelty to us. Child, I should the next time maybe I'll take a picture of the snow and put it on the on a community wall for you so you can see it. Mm-mm. I see we can trade places. I'd like to come and not have to experience the snow for once in my life for the whole year. Like just, ooh, no snow. How's that feel? Thank you. Oh, everyone, I'll be BRB. Okay, see you later, me. Garden says, yes, Carol. I'm editing as well, although it's time consuming. I love it. So you love editing, Garden? Do you love editing, Carol? It's time consuming. Um, I don't really dislike it. Like I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I actually have fun when I'm doing it. It's just for me just sitting there and the time. That's the part I dislike. It's the time. Like I don't like sitting there and having to do it. And then I get interrupted. Like so maybe that's it. And then if I didn't have a video, like my videos were so long back then, like I make a video and I'm like cutting half the video up. And I'm like, I did all this in this video and then I just cut it all out. So that's probably what it is too. That's why I think my strategy should be to make it shorter, 10 minutes or less. I think if I do 10 minutes or less, then I'll be okay. And I won't have a whole lot of editing to do. And then I won't be like, oh yeah, I dislike that part of editing because I won't be sitting there as long. Maybe that's what it is. Okay. So I don't know. If I'm, you know, it's like you learn as you go, right? You just learn as you go. And I'll learn different things along this journey. And I'm like, yep. Okay, I get it now. I get it. Geeky Girls Journal, please don't let the paint dictate what your picture looks like. Don't let the type of video you produce constrict your message. Your genuine. I mean, you've genuine messages. I'm your number one hype man. Thank you, Mr. Terry, and proud of him. And proud of it. Much love. Mr. Terry said, I'm proud of it. I'm a number one hype man. Thank you for being the number one hype man, Mr. Terry. Yeah, I'm not going to restrict what my thoughts are. I think I would just have to get on there and say it. You know what? I can't even say that, you all. I can't even say that. I'm just gonna do it how I'm gonna do it, right? And then I'll figure it out. Just let the Lord lead. That's the best way I could say it. I'm just gonna have to let the Lord continue to lead it because I don't know. I am who I am, so I don't even know that I'll be able to do that. If I want to do a 10-minute video, if it's gonna be a 10-minute video that day, then that's what it's gonna be. If it's gonna be a 20-minute video day, that's what it's gonna be too. I don't know, right? You're right. I can't restrict myself. I don't like being in the box anyway. So thank you very much. Lula, Carol, it's me, TMC saying hey to everybody. The issues of a programmer sound like similar issues to that of a video editor. Except for, listen, I don't know, because I don't know if I can be anybody's programmer. That, because you had to learn. Look, I was about to date myself. C++. And I don't know. You all, I'm sure you probably don't use C++ anymore, but that's what I know. That's as far as my knowledge of programming goes, Lula, is C++. And that was way back in college. I didn't take it. No, thank you. Tell me if you need Nightbot in timeout again. Yeah, no, Nightbot is all right for right now. Carol says, hey, Garden. I like editing, but it takes me a couple of hours to edit and produce a thumbnail. Yeah, Carol, do you use Canva or anything for thumbnails? Because I think that's what it is for me with editing. I don't hate editing. I just don't like that. I don't like it's so time consuming. That's all. It's just too time consuming for me. Yeah, it's too time consuming for me. But if I could just get there and edit it, like be in and out within like 20 minutes. And then you know what, you all, because one time I was just like really hard on myself, like it's taking forever to edit. It was taking me hours upon hours. I mean like 10 hours, right? If I added all my hours together, 10 hours. And then I was looking at this huge YouTuber, Roberto, it was a Roberto Blake. I don't want to pin this on him, but it was a big YouTuber, and they were saying if you want quality editing, like as a YouTuber, you're gonna find that it takes you longer to edit, right? It takes you longer to edit. And me, I'm really specific and really like it could be something that I see that nobody else sees, and I'm like, no, I gotta go back because that's gonna bother me. So I'm really, that may be another reason why editing is time consuming for me because I may or may not do things that other people may or may not do. Like they may see it and keep going where I see it and I'm like, I'm cutting that little piece out. Like I don't care how long it takes, but it might be 0.1 second that I see something, I'm gonna cut that part out. So Anyway, my point in saying that was that the huge YouTuber was saying, you're gonna find that if you're editing it properly in the right way and to your liking, that it's going to take you hours upon hours. And I thought he said like 12, 13, something like that. And I was like, oh, I feel so much better because that's the range I'm in. Well, when I was editing, I haven't edited a video in in a long time, like a very, very long time. The last videos that you all have seen, they weren't edited. I just said what I had to say, pop those jokers right on up. So that worked for me. But if I had to sit there and edit like a something major, I'm like, ooh, I just need time, Lord. Hi, TMT. Welcome back, me. Hi, it's me. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that like button, you all. If you haven't done that, hit that like button right now. Go hit it. Boom. YouTube likes it. We got to like it too. Let's see what else. Hello, Ardux. How are you? Hey, hey, hey. I don't know if you're still here, but hello, hello. Hey, Lula. Hi, Ardux. All the language still get used, but for different purposes. But wow, I'm so surprised I heard someone here say, see, yeah, yeah. That's um that's what I know about programming. And I remember when I was younger, did you all ever play with I know you, Lulu, you might probably remember this. I don't know if you all still use it or not. I don't know. I just remember when I was a child, we played. It was a little turtle that you had to move it around, and the turtle had an arrow on the bottom. I can't remember the name of it. I have to try to think of it. But it was like the beginning of learning how to program and stuff like that, and get familiar with computer program. Like you had to tell the little turtle to go to the left, the right, and how to do it. And it could have gotten really frustrating at some points. Like, oh man, okay, I gotta give them this command to make it do this particular thing. And I can just remember sitting there. I can't remember the name of it. I just remember it was a turtle and an arrow. And if you didn't do the directions correctly, like say you wanted the turtle to move up two steps and then go to the right two steps. So you would program it to do that, but then sometimes I'll be like, man, because instead of my turtle going two steps forward and then two steps to the right, it would go two steps forward and then one step to the right. And I'd be like, what did I do wrong? I gotta figure it out. But I guess there was also a way to, learn. You gotta learn. So it made me work harder to try to figure out how to get that turtle to move in the direction I wanted it to move. Is that why you like programming, Lula? It's challenging. Is there anyone from Morocco? No, but how's Morocco? Tell us about it. I'm not from Morocco, but I can't answer. There might be somebody here from Morocco. And I think you're the first that I've seen in the chat from Morocco. So welcome. Welcome in, welcome in. Yes, I know, right, Carol, the girl mentioned it takes hours. Hours upon hours upon hours. How many hours you got? You can expand and teach classes on what you have learned for quick editing. Yeah, you can. You can. You can. Do you all? You can expand and teach classes on what you have learned for quick editing. Yeah, like I know. You know what? Also, I have to not be so hard on myself because I knew absolutely nothing, 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 nothing about editing before I came on YouTube, and not even before I came on YouTube. Like within the last couple years, maybe the last three 3 years, right? Where I had to actually start editing, and I've I've only done it for specific videos. Like I don't edit all my stuff, but those that I did edit, I was learning something. Like I knew nothing about how to use Premiere Pro. Now I do. So you're right. It's all, a learning. We're just on a journey. That's life. You just learn things as you go. So I learned things. Now I know how to implement it. And I'm surprised. It's weird, not weird. But sometimes it surprises me because I think that I don't know a lot until I start talking to other people who don't know anything about what I'm talking about. And I talk to them, they're like, man, you know a lot about this. Or they'll ask me questions like, how do you do this? How do you do that? And now I'm able to share my knowledge with other people about how I did it, how I edit it, how what I do on social media, how I share things, how I create thumbnails, how I, whatever. So you're right. All those things that we learn, it's teachable. There are teachable moments because you learn something. Now you can share with somebody else, right? And that's also why I like YouTube because YouTube University, people get on here all the time and share things that they've learned. So, or share things that are in their area of expertise. So, guess what, you all? If you have been editing for years and years here on YouTube, that's an area of expertise, right? For me too, I got to look at it that way. That's an area that I can share with others, and I may not enjoy the time that it takes me to edit, but I know how to edit. I know how to cut things. I know how to copy things. I know how to add effects. I know how to do, things that I definitely did not know how to do before. So, yes, that is something that you can teach other people. So, thank you for saying that. Oh, I appreciate it. Geeky Girls Journal, was that C++ with Microsoft Windows, or it must have been Microsoft Windows? That was so long ago, Mr. Terry. so so long ago. All I remember is C++, and I did not do it. I stopped. I did not take that class. My sister, I think my sister was taking it. I don't know if she, I can't, I'm trying to remember if she um, had to complete it, but I just remember people talking about C++, and I was like, ooh, wee. Mm-mm. So yeah, I didn't, thank goodness. For my major, I did not have to take C++. I remember the program and that's it. Like I don't remember with Microsoft Windows. It probably was Microsoft Windows. Yeah. So I remember the program. I didn't have to take it for a college course though. Thank God. Thank God. I mean, I don't know. I wonder if I don't know how I would have done with C++ in college. What C++? Yeah, it's a program, computer program, and Lula could probably explain it better than I can. I'm sure Lula is. Mr. Terry, C++ is C++, the operating system used to do the programming. Doesn't matter except if you code for Apple. Oh, that's good information. Do you support the Palestinian cause? C++ is a programming language that is used by programmers to make programs and manipulate computer hardware. Oh, okay. Thank you, Lula. That was a good explanation, Lula. I use Canva, film fourth in mid champ. Then I go to bed. Film fourth and mid champ. I had not heard of film fourth and mid champ. Are they free? That's let me look into that. Let me see. Film fourth, or is it through your your phone or something like that? Um, Carol, film fourth. I had not heard of that one before. Film fourth and mid champ. See, I'm learning something new. Then she said, then I go to bed. Then you say, okay, I'm tired. I'm done. I'm going to bed. It's over. I can recall the name, but the game sounds familiar. Yeah, I can't recall the name either, Lula. So we're in the same boat. I just know it was a turtle and you can move the turtle. And I actually did enjoy it. I just used to get frustrated when my turtle didn't go the way I wanted it to. I'd be like, man, okay, now I got to figure out how to get this turtle to go that direction. So I can't remember that. English for me or ducks. Can you understand? I guess you can understand what we're saying because you seem to be following along quite well. As for programming, I got into it because I enjoy problem solving, which is a huge thing for programming. All right, you enjoy problem solving? That little turtle thing sounds like a toy I bought my son to start learning coding. Like, I mean, it's a robot that you program to go where you want and pick up things. So they are still teaching coding the same. Well, that's how I guess. Okay, so they still doing it the same way. That is exactly what I learned. How I learned. It was a little turtle, and the turtle moved around. I was like, okay. So yeah, look at that. They still using some of those old programs. I understand C++. I know C++ is used for making programs. I was curious about Geeky Girls Journal's experience. Geeky Girls Journal don't have a whole lot of experience at all with C++. What I told, what I knew how to do was the little turtle. That was probably that's the only thing I can think about for right now. I mean, I may have done more programs. I did not do C++. I didn't do it. It was an option that I did not take. I didn't have to have it for I didn't have to have it for my major, Mr. Terry. So I just was like, no, not gonna do it. Yeah, that's some people I knew had C++. So that's how I remember it. And I remember the conversations around C++. And I was like, okay, well, I'm glad I did not take it. But for people like Lulu who like to program and solve problems, that's C++. You go ahead. Good morning, Lisa. How are you? Good morning. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, my bad, Mr. Terry. I had no idea. Well, that's okay, Lulu, because would you explain to those of us who have little knowledge about C++ or no knowledge at all, now we've learned something. See what I mean? Community. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Lisa, hey Lisa from TMC. Good morning, Lisa. Hey Lisa, how are you? Da-da. No problem. The only bad question is a question I asked. That's right. Ask the questions. Ask the questions. So true, Mr. Terry. Always ask questions. See, we all feel the same way about that. Carol saying, hey, everybody, I'm just, I was just coming on and say hello. And, if God I was also talking about unexpected and expected things that God provides us with. Like, we may be expecting some things that we pray for, and then you might not see it right now, but then God provides. It could be a day, two, three, whatever time frame it is. It's His time frame. So we can't really call it. We just got to sit there and wait and be patient and have faith that it's going to happen. I love problem solving. It's a giant challenge, and programming is problem solving mixed with creativity. If you can think it, you can make it happen through programming. Ooh, I can think it, but then trying to make it happen through programming, you're right, that is problem solving because I'm just recalling how I felt when I was trying to make that turtle move when I was younger. Like, okay, I gotta figure this out. If I said this and it only moved one step, what do I need to change? So, very true. You're welcome. Little Palooza, I just added your name to my Gboard's personal dictionary so I can address you properly in the future. No disrespect. Well, then, okay, Mr. Terry. You added Lula to your Gboard. That's nice. I Sounds nice. So the Gboard helps you to remember. It just automatically types in the word for you, Mr. Terry. Like if you, is it like autocorrect? Like if you start typing Lula's name, it'll go in. I'm just trying to make sure I understand what you're saying. Mr. Terry, appreciate you. Not many can say my name. Sure, Lula, because you got one over there. Lula Paloo. See, remember how difficult it was for me when I first saw you. I was like Lula Palooza. Lula, how did you come up with that name? Now I'm curious. You might have said it, but refresh our memory. Tell us all again. How you come up with Lula Palooza? All right. So anyway, you also we've learned. I don't know. We were just kind of coming in here talking. I got it from the episode. So, oh, okay. All right, I get it. All right, okay. An old season 4 episode. All right, now I understand. Okay, okay. Yeah, I could see South Park having that name on there. If anybody knows anything about South Park, then you can understand where Lula's name come from. I'll say it, Lula Palulaza. Good job. Film Fourth is YouTube, not free, and Mid Champ is Windows and it's free. My favorite used to be KinMaster. I usually edit on my computer. Yet, KinMaster, like I still see. Does it still exist? Because I used to use it when I first came on YouTube, KinMaster, but I didn't like that it had the stamp on it. And I know most things that are free are gonna have their watermark on it, so I kind of stopped using it for that reason. But I started using Premiere Pro after that because I was paying for it, so just use it. But also, you all, if anybody's looking for an editing app, YouTube has an editing app now. It's YouTube Create. I've used that before, and it's very straight to the point, easy to use, and it's basic. Like it gives you the basics of what you need. You can change your fonts, you can change color, you can do backgrounds, you can do overlays, you can I did a video on it. You all may or may not remember, but I think somebody asked me about uh an editing app then, and I said something about the YouTube editing app. So yeah, I use that. Now I will use that since because that's on the go because I can use that right on my cell phone. It's right on your cell phone, so you don't have to worry about putting it on a desktop or a laptop. You can just go right from your cell phone. If you record your videos, that's why I start using it. If you record your videos, okay, I see in a little bit. It's me. If you record your videos from your cell phone, having that editing app something quick to just go to and edit right on the spot, that may be helpful for some of you because like for me the editing also it was an issue. I had to trash a lot of my videos because I forgot that I made videos because I didn't edit them right after. I would like record them and then save them to my hard drive and forget they were there a lot of times. And then I go back to them, I'm like, man, I did this video 6 months ago. So if you have an editing app on your phone, let's say you record it, and right after you record it, you may have some time to start editing it. So just send it right to that editor and get to work. And then that may make it a little bit easier instead of waiting and, you know, whatever your routine is with editing. Let's see. Are you talking about video editing software? Shotcut is free and the Linux community use that, but it's also on Windows and Mac. Oh, Shotcut is free. there. Phil Collins said it, and it flies under everyone's head. Is does he say it in a song? Phil Collins? Are you talking about video editing software? Shocking. Yeah, yes, I'm talking about video editing software. Um, YouTube Create is a video editing software, and um, Carol was telling us about Film Fourth and Midchamp. So Shotcut, yeah, I've heard of that definitely. Shotcut, I've heard of it. I just haven't used it. Linux community. Mom, I'll be right back. See you later, me. Lulapalooza, you're welcome. I use Gboard personal dictionary definitions to save me time typing. Your entry is Lulapalooza shortcut LPL. Well, there you go, Mr. Terry, creating shortcuts. See you later. That's all, Mr. Terry. I use something similar for birthdays. Oh, okay, well, that's a good way to kind of I was gonna say cut your time in half, like it gets you there faster just by using the shortcut keys, right? I've not really ever used my Gboard like that. So I don't know. Maybe it's something I might get into doing. But Phil Collins says, as the name Lula Palooza was the name of the festival he was singing at. Oh, okay. Take me home, cause I don't remember. I was trying to think of a Phil Collins song while you were saying that, Lula. So you all, that's it. That's all I got. 51:22. So what I'm going to be thinking about working on is um, how I'm going to do vocabulary words. It's probably going to be on Wednesday because I kind of like that word Wednesday. That helped me to remember. So Wednesday, I just got to think of if I'm going to do it in a live or a long form video, and then how I might start reframing or reconfiguring the lives, because I know you all are like really good and supportive about coming in here every Monday through Friday and supporting me, but I know people have things to do. I also have things to do, and like I said, I want to make sure I'm using my time as wisely as I can. So I don't know. I'll let you all know in the future. It may stay the same. It may change, but definitely, I think I'm gonna start doing the words on Wednesday because I like to learn new vocabulary words. So I would like to implement that again. And actually, I was getting so many different requests to start doing the words again, the vocabulary words again. So not only was it helping me, it must have been helping other people. So if that's the case, then I'm gonna definitely look into what day to start that. Is that on YouTube Studio? No, you have to. It's not on in the YouTube Studio. If they would have put it in there, that would have made it more convenient and easier. But you just have to go to. If you have Android, go to your Google Play. If you have Apple, go to the App Store and then type in YT Create. I think it's called YouTube Create. Yeah, YT Create, and you can install it on your phone and start using that, Carol. It's real easy, like it's very straightforward and to the point. In fact, I can the video that I did on it, I can pull it up after we get off this live. I'll pull up and put it on a community wall, and that way you can find it right away. So that might help out a little bit. It's on YouTube. I try to come in as much as I can, and I enjoy listening and talking during the chats. I know I do too, and I'm glad you all do. I'm glad you all do. I'm back. Welcome back, me. Yeah, I enjoy coming in. I know, Luna, you work and talk. You multitask over there, and I know some of you others are working as well and coming in and chatting. So I do appreciate it. I appreciate everybody giving me that time all the time. Even if I don't say it every day, all day, I really appreciate it because time is something you can't get back. So I do appreciate people coming in, spending their time here with me and hanging out, y'all. So I looked at the watch hours because I have not given you all an update on watch hours in a long, long time. I just kind of was like, you know what, I'm over it. When it happens, it happens. I'm not gonna torture myself looking at these watch hours all the time, even though I do peek in sometimes, but I just stopped doing it all the time. So I looked the other day we had 2,902. So very close to the 3,000 mark. We'll get there. We'll get there. We will get there. And then the 4,000 is going to be right there. So I'm not, like I said, sometimes, God, you get something unexpected. I may not be expecting it to happen. Like it might not be happening right now, but it's going to happen when the opportunity is right and when God's when God says so. His timing is perfect, so I just got to remember that. I never really listened to his music. Don't know much of his music. I only know the ones that they played on the radio, the mainstream ones. So yeah, Carol, look on go to your, I don't know if you have Android or Apple, but go to your, like the App Store, your App Store, your Google Play Store, and see if you can find it. Let's see. Welcome back. Grab something for the smart girl in your life. Mom, when can I donate to you? You can donate to me every day. You donating right now. I don't know. It's going to happen whenever I'm able to be monetized. Is the answer to that question. Is me. And thank you for asking that, because somebody else might wonder. So whenever I get monetized, you all will see that little, I think it's like a little dollar sign or little rectangle with a money sign in it. And then you'll know I'm monetized at that point. I don't see anything different, so I can't say. And also, once I get monetized, I'll tell everybody so that you all know. We just keep you informed about everything. It's when I get the information. Right now, I am not. We're still working on that. So when I do get to that point, I'll let everybody know. Lillipalooza, thank you for your understanding. Because I'll donate $290. That's real specific. Thank you. I know you would. I know you would. Yes. When can we donate? Lula? Yeah, I just answered. I know I'm late on your question too, but that's whenever YouTube whenever I monetize you all, that's when. Otherwise, I do have Cash App, and you know what? I wasn't just fighting getting Cash App for so many years, but I told you all the story when my sister-in-law just was like, "Hey, let me see your phone for a second." I was like, "Oh, here you go," and she was like, "Okay, what do you want your Cash App name to be?" So she like set me an account up and made me. It was the day after. It was the same day I did that interview with Elder Derek. Do y'all remember Elder Derek? So we did the interview with Elder Derek, and he was asking me, did I have Cash App? Because I've had people come on lives, before and ask me, do I have Cash App? Do I have any way that they can donate? And I'd be like, no, only thing you can do is go to my website and purchase something. If it's something you don't want, donate it to somebody else. And that was my answer. But I have business accounts. I have, all would have to do is connect the Zelle. The only thing is like when you get these business accounts with like Cash App and Zelle and things like that, you have to pay a percentage. And that's the same on YouTube. I know they get their cut and we would get whatever our cut is. I will look into that once I get monetized. Like to this point, it's not necessary information because I'm not monetized. So I was like, I will cross that bridge when I get to it. I already have a lot of information to store in here. I don't need to to figure something else out right now that's not happening. So I know YouTube gets a certain percentage, Cash App gets a certain percentage of whatever you give, and Zelle. When I probably will, I may still go ahead and connect the Zelle account because I had a business account. And for people who don't like to do Cash App, for people who don't want to do it through this platform, I just wanted to make so many different options available that just, if somebody wanted to give, or if God touched their heart to say give, then they had those different options. They are not stuck to just one, like Cash App, and be like, oh, I don't even like Cash App. I don't want to do it. So I wanted to make, many different ways available, as many ways available as I could, so that if somebody wanted to, be a blessing to Geeky Girls Journal, then they have the opportunity to do that by buying something, or by buying something and giving it to somebody, right? Gifting, or by using Cash App, or by using Zelle. So I will probably end up doing that with Zelle, but I'll keep you all up to date. As of now, not monetized. Once I find out I am, and the rules that go along with it, I will let you all know. Please listen. Mr. Terry dropping songs. Mr. Terry, no worries. You do what makes things easier and happier for you. Same goes for everyone in here. That's right. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy. Just don't hurt nobody while you're doing it. And don't hurt yourself. Like just be responsibly happy. Be responsible and happy. She played you by playing off and giving her your phone. Yes, she sure did. She definitely played me. She was like, yeah, give me your phone. I was like, oh, here you go. Because like it wasn't something that was unusual. Like I give my phone, everybody in this house takes my phone and, hey, let me do something. I'll be like, okay, just don't add and subtract keep my apps on there that I want, or don't take this off, don't take it off, don't mess with my pictures. So I'm like that. But She was like, yeah, let me see something. So I was like, no, I don't have space. I ain't got the space. She was like, girl, you got the space. And she did. She played me. And when I got my phone back, I was like, Cash App. Oh, okay, guess I got Cash App now. And I was like, oh well, that's something. It's funny. It was funny, but it was also great for me to see that, somebody believed in me enough to be like, no, you're gonna get this Cash App. You putting that Cash App on your phone because if people want to give, they will give. This is what I learned. So I used to try to control a situation, y'all, this way. I'm learning I was just so controlling. I was just such a controlling person. Not trying to control people like puppeteer, but I like to make the situations comfortable. I like to make sure that, people are happy and thriving and all that stuff. So in me doing that, I realized that when I wasn't making opportunities available for people to donate or to purchase things, it was because I was trying to control the situation. Like maybe people, and I would think, I don't want to push people to give. I didn't want to make it seem like I'm doing a money grab because I know about that. I don't want people to feel like I was just trying to take their money or, because, people and their money, it can be a sticky situation. So I'm like, I don't want people to think I'm just trying to grab their money and trying to do stuff. So I realized that thought process kept me from doing the Cash App or kept me from, adding more products to my website or saying I would get Zelle, or whatever. And I feel like, and then I thought about it one day. I was like, am I trying to control people and how they spend their money, like control the way the people spend their money or control the way the people think about giving to me? Like I was trying to prevent that from happening because I'm like, I don't want people to, spend their money. And is this too expensive? Is this too much? Like, should I be asking for this amount? But then what I realized is people will spend their money on what they choose to spend it on. So I don't have any control of that. But I can make products available that they might want to purchase, right? Or I can make options available if they say, I want to donate to you, but I don't know how to do it. And now you have the option. So that's why I went ahead with all of it and did it. Because I'm like, I don't want to stop that from happening. I can be blessed through the process too. So if you're, a person that may have been the way that I'm describing, like you're like, I don't want to, I just want to show up for people and I don't want to be compensated. I want to be compensated, but I wanted to make sure that it was through me giving, if that makes sense. I'm like, I don't want people to just spend their money. Like if they don't have it, I don't want them to feel forced to spend it. Like I don't have it, but if I would give, I would give. So then that person makes that decision. If they want to give, they give. If they don't want to give, they don't give. It's not on me. So that's how I had to start looking at it. Wait, Cash App takes a percentage. I thought the person got 100% on Cash App. If they have a personal, I think if they have a personal account, but when my sister-in-law went in because she thought I would get 100% too, I was like, don't they? Because I asked her, do they have a fee? And she was like, oh no, they don't have a fee. But we found out that, and I'll have to look at the Cash App and I can tell you all specifically, but I think it's if you have a personal, like if you use your personal name, say you use Lula. I know that's not your name, but I'm just saying, if you had a personal account, you use Lula, then I don't think there's a fee. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think there's a fee. But if you do it as a business, then you get charged a fee. Does that make sense? Yeah, because we saw that it was a fee. I have to remember what it was, but I can find that out and tell you all later on when I come back. When I come back, wait, Cash App takes. Yep. Yeah, yeah. So I think it's just if it's that particular person. Like if Mr. Terry wants to get Cash App just for whatever for him. But if you go under a business, like me, if I went under Geeky Girls Journal, it's a business, it's a small business, and then you got to pay a percentage. I want to say it was like, I don't want to give you all a false number, but it wasn't 10% or anything like that, but it was a fee associated with it. Just like with Zelle, it's going to be a fee once I set it up. It's a percentage that they take out. Lulapalooza, I understand. Thank you for keeping an open mind. I appreciate you, Mr. Terry. You'll be at partial soon. Yeah, I'll be there soon, Lisa. Keep hope alive. I'll be there soon and very soon. Okay, thank you, Geeky. Congrats. I got to go back to my lives for my hours. I'm tired. Yeah, go back and do your lives, Carol. Go ahead. Thank you for coming in and hanging out. I know you tired. Get ready to have membership. All right, get ready to have membership. We close. Thank you, Lisa. Look at Lisa over there encouraging me. We had an hour and 4 minutes, and I didn't think I was gonna last today for 20 minutes. But you all make it easy over here. I'm slow, so despite your name, I wasn't aware that you sold journals. Please share what your journals are all about. Okay, so you're not slow. I probably didn't make it real clear because I don't often talk about the business on here a lot. I should probably do a little bit more of that. But okay, Geeky Girls Journal. I have, man, if I was downstairs, I would actually have the books right next to me so I could show you. So what? Okay, I'm gonna try to give you the short. This might not be the short version, but I'm gonna try to give you the short version. So the short version is my husband and I created these books years ago, like 2015, and we initially created them for our daughters just so that they can read it and so that they can remember who they were and to be confident in who they were. And we created them so that they can also, because they love vocabulary. So in our house, we did this thing with our girls where they had to learn a certain amount of vocabulary words per week. And then they'd have to use the vocabulary words in a sentence. And they'd also have to do like, I know they'd have to do reports with the vocabulary words and speeches and stuff like that. So we were really big on vocabulary words because we knew that not only fluency would help them out, but having vocabulary would also help them to speak, like to speak and to articulate their thoughts better. So we were really like sticklers on vocabulary words. So my kids also attended schools where they didn't have a lot of children that looked like them. Like the percentage was very, very low, like 1%, right? So what we decided to do was to create books for them to read that would, like I said, remind them of who they are, who they're created to be, remind them that they're loved. And in these books, the books are humorous, but they also teach lessons. So those things, like say they had issues at school, and if there are issues that sometimes kids are uncomfortable with talking to their parents about. So in the books, we were like, okay, if we put all these lessons in the books and made it fun. So the books are fun, right? Um, they are informative because you have these vocabulary words, and the vocabulary words, I feel like I'm just doing a whole lot. The vocabulary words, we actually break them down so that they can have the meaning of the vocabulary word in the book, so that kids, if they read the vocabulary word and don't understand what it means, they can go to the back of the book, and in the back of the book it has sentences using the vocabulary words, but it also tells what the definition is. So let me get back to the book. So the book is humorous. It's the main character, Dreamer, and I was calling this community Dreamers for a while, right? Because of that book. So the main character, Dreamer, is a little girl, very, very smart, because all our girls are very smart. And she's smarter than Einstein. So she's smart, but she's also very unique, dances to the beat of her own drum. And she is, there are parts in the book where she's an entrepreneur. There are parts in the book where she's basically talking to a diary, like those things that are happening to her throughout the day. It's written in a diary, and it's a reflection of things that kids go through, so they can read the book, and it's a conversation starter. Like if you're a parent and you want to have tough conversations with your kids, you can read that book, and then they'll start asking questions, and then there you go, boom, conversation starter. Now you can see what they feel about bullies, how they feel about bullies. Like maybe they've been bullied and you didn't even know it, but they read the book because the book addresses bullying. It addresses, just the typical things that kids go through. So if they read about it, say they're a victim of somebody who was of bullying, and they read the book and they're like, man, mom, I went through this too. I can understand what this character went through because I went through the same thing. So now that's an open door to have that conversation. And now you as a parent can talk to your child and have a, you know, um, just put everything on the table, and maybe you can start telling them, hey, this is what I would do, and you can get them insight. And if you've gone through, you say, hey, I went through, you're not the only person who's gone through this before, and just kind of build them back up. So that's what the book does. It's not a self-help book. So you wouldn't read and be like, okay, this is what you do to have high self-esteem. Do steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not that. It's more addressing self-esteem in a humorous way. And then it will open up the conversation for you to have as a parent with your child. Like, how do you feel about yourself? What do you want to do? So that's what will happen. in the book it's a lot of funny things that happen. I would maybe one day I'll come on and read a part of it if you all want me to do that, so that you can get an idea what the books are about. And I know I'm saying a whole lot, and I was trying to summarize it, but they're good books. And we initially weren't we had no intentions, I had no intentions at least, to start a company afterwards with that. It was just that my kids really enjoyed the books, and they would ask us questions and talk about the books. And then they were like, oh, these books are good. So we started to have friends and family members read it, and we got good response. So we were like, you know what else could we do? Let's publish the books and allow other parents and children to read the books. So that's what how that came about with the journals. And I feel like I'm missing something. I'm missing something definitely, because it was also written to um, encourage my daughters. Like, it was written to encourage my daughters and to help them to continue to see themselves as loved. Because, a lot of times, like, as parents, you'll instill things in your kids. You'll tell them you're beautiful, you're loved, you're gorgeous, and you're smart. But then when they get out of your household, other people tell them different things. So that's what that book was created for, to you know, keep them in the space where they knew that they were smart and that they had it going on, basically. So, bomb. So we have those. We have them in paperback form. We have ebooks. We have look, you all. I need to get my hoodie and wear it on here, but I have hoodies now that have God's Girl on them. You all, there's so many different things. We have hoodies that have the Geeky Girls characters on them. We have hoodies that say Geeky Girls. We have hoodies that say I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. What else? We have T-shirts. We have, and some of the T-shirts, I probably should just show you all again. I used to do this way back then and just stopped. So we have T-shirts. We have cups. For those of you who like coffee mugs, we got coffee mugs now. They're on the website. So just go over there. I'm trying to rearrange things, but if you go to geekygirlsjournal.com, you'll see all these things that I'm talking about. You'll see journals. I do have journals. Did I add the journals? I need to add the journals, but I have journals that say, oh my goodness, I recreated the top of a journal. I know you all may not be able to hear me. It's a truck going past, getting the snow out of the way. But I need to add the journals to the website because I created them and I haven't put them on there yet. But I'm going to do that today. Note to self, I'll do that today. But go on, browse hoodies. What else? T-shirts. Like I said, crops. We got crop tops. Um, yeah, go over there and look. And if even if you don't see anything for yourself now, you may know somebody who wants something that you see. You're like, oh, such and such likes coffee. I'm gonna get them this coffee mug. So yeah, go browse, and you all come back in here. Let me know what you think about it, and that's that. I want to create products that I know the people can enjoy and that they'll love. So, and most importantly, that remind them of how special they are and that motivate them. I like to try to carry that theme throughout Geeky Girls Journal, to remind people of who they're created to be, and to be just that, like, be who God created you to be. And I like to make sure it's all motivational. So you're never going to go to Geeky Girls Journal, anything, and find a negative talk or find that there's negativity on any of the merchandise. So go over there, check it out, and that should answer your question. I'm all the way behind on comments, so let me see. Douglas message retracted. Everyone, we're gonna plan a secret birthday party for GGJ. Someone will donate, and 5 minutes into the live, we are gonna sing happy birthday. Optional, but I know now. That's how secret. How you gonna be here when you supposed to be in school? Oh, that does make sense. I didn't realize I'll be the donator for the surprise. I guess I'm not supposed to be reading this. Should I skip all of this? Because you all are saying it right there. So I can see. I used to be like that, not wanting to seem like I'm trying to do a money grab, but someone told me your correct audience customers who they are. If they can't, can't, but those who can. Yeah, oh, that's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. I had to stop and realize that, and you said it right here too, no blocking your blessings. Yep. I had to stop and realize that, like I said, I can't control how people want to spend their money. Maybe somebody wants to purchase that ebook or that coffee cup or that journal that I was talking about or that hoodie. Like, I've created the products. God gave me the ideas. I tried to implement them the best way that I could and create them the best way I could. I'm not a fashion designer. Let me let you all know that right now. But I made them from the heart. So we created from the heart. And I think one of the shirts one of my daughters created a long time ago when they were little, when we first did the books, they did it. And it's a heart. And it says, excuse me, just be you. So yeah, we may not be any who's a famous fashion designer? I don't know. Whoever a famous fashion designer is, but it's products from the heart that and I continue to create things. I was thinking of a shirt the other day and I was like, "Oh, I should put this on a shirt." And so I probably will. But yeah, as I think of them, I'm just going to keep creating it and putting it out and we're just looking for God to bless it, unexpected blessings or expected blessings. You pray for something and you wait for it to come to pass. We talk about that. Remember, Abraham and Sarah. Abraham and Sarah. They're a good example. God told them they were gonna have something, and it ended up coming to pass. Right? It wasn't in their time, and we saw that, but it came to pass. No blocking your blessing. Perfect to donate it. Ah, two donations. Donations. What are we talking about? Hey, GGJ, two donations so far. Did you donate, Lula? Okay, I must be missing something. I had to be. I'm not on my laptop, so I can't even see what's happening. I'm on my cell phone. Hey, Miss V. Hey, how you doing? Hey, hey, hey. I didn't even see you come in. I know you were probably in here a long time ago because I've been talking. It's me. Hi, MTGV. Hey, Miss V. Hey, hey, hey. Miss V, drop GGJ if you're still here. Anybody else who is in here, make sure you drop GGJ. Right? Connect with those 7,000 that's still in the building. Connect with those 7,000. Me, hey, Miss V, I saw you on Miss V, you've been doing going live a lot on your on that crime podcast channel. I saw the one about what's her name? Naya. No, I know that's not her name because it was one of those names I can't even I might not be able to say right now. Not say because it's prohibited, but I can't remember the exact spelling, so I don't want to say it wrong. But it's a case that you've been doing and I've been seeing you. I just couldn't comment because I was in the middle of other things and listening and working. So I wasn't able to comment, but I'm gonna have to go back, maybe try to comment and share. But Miss V, you keep doing your thing over there. I see you. Mom, I still haven't gotten my shirt. I know. See, that my daughter is talking about her shirt right there. After you all heard that long presentation about me and me needing to get my things in order and get myself together. And my husband's like, you need to get it together. he reminds me often, you need to get it together. So I'm working on it, y'all. Just have a little grace. But for now, go to the website. You're gonna see what I'm talking about. But those books, the Geeky Girls Journal books, all that you were talking about, they were our first things ever created, and we didn't have any intentions. Like I didn't know it was going to turn into a business. My husband might have known. I didn't know. I was just kind of like at the point where I was fed up. I can tell you all the story. So the story was one of my kids was going through something, and I'm like, as a parent, you want to make sure that your child's in the best situation ever, and that their problems dissolve. So that's what I was trying to do. And I'm like, okay, this is not good enough for me. I wasn't satisfied with what the administrators were saying or the teachers were saying. And I was like, my husband and I were talking. We're like, we got to take this a step further. We got to take this a step further. And the only thing I can think about was me. I like to be vocal. I like to communicate. I like to um, try to solve problems, much like you, Lula. And we're like, how can we do our part? Like, how can we solve this problem? How can we make sure that any other child, then it was girls, because and it's still because we have 5 daughters, so we just kind of gravitate toward doing things in that space. But it's also for boys, so if you have a boy, don't feel bad. You can find something at Geeky Girls Journal for him as well. But we were just like in that space, like, what can we do to make this situation better? And for me, it's like, for us, it was okay. Let's start Geeky Girls Journal. Let's do it. Let's start a company, because that's something that I can control. I can make sure that the message of Geeky Girls Journal is motivating, is inspiring, is encouraging others, is reminding them of who they're created to be. So that's why I stand with that. Mom, I still haven't got my shirt. I know I gotta get it. Yes, every live, every post share about your books and where to find them. Promote you loudly. Because if you are living for God, the world will see it. Aw, Thank you all for saying that. Thank you. I don't know if you're still in here all, but thank you for saying that because I know I'm all the way behind. I don't even know how far behind I am. I'm just behind y'all. Just know. Very. So, because I now one thing I get excited when I talk about Geeky Girls Journal. So if I ever come on the live talking about that, just prepare to be here because I get excited talking about that. And you're right. Thank you for saying that. I love that. I was like, pin that to the top. Can I pin it? Oh, I can pin it. I'm gonna pin that message. Let's pin it. Let's put a pin in it. It's me. I'm on the website now. Lula, thank you. Yeah, so that's what it is. You all go there and you'll see the story. You'll see the story there of why we started Geeky Girls Journal. I won't say it was a collaborative effort, my husband and I. So go there and you can read it. It has about us section. It tells you why we started it. And Lula, you might be able to tell me how I can tidy it up a little bit because I'm still trying to figure out how to do like some of the subtext so that I can make everything make sense. And I've been moving things and I'm still trying to move things to so that it's easier for people to find, find what they're looking for. So I was trying to make a section the other day that said coffee mugs and I just could not figure out how to add how to add the section for coffee mugs. I might need to change my template, but I don't know. Lula, you let me know because you're the specialist here. Grab some things. Lula, thank you. We must remember not all blessings are going to be beautiful and sweet. Some blessings are going to be ugly and sour, but be wise enough to see your blessing. Use your blessing and benefit from your blessing. No, we didn't donate yet, but we want to. Oh, I know. Y'all are so sweet. When it happens, we'll see. We'll see. I love this website. You do? Yes. Lula, anything you see that, you can give me some pointers on that we might be able to change. Mr. Terry, brother, thank you. Lisa's laughing. Yeah, we want to donate. Yeah. I'm currently baking. Oh, you got 4? Congratulations. I'm going to go on the site with my girls after school, a house full of kids that could read one. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, thank you. You could, I didn't know that. Congratulations. Congratulations. Well, you have girls? How many girls do you have? I have five daughters. 5 daughters. I have 5 daughters. Yeah, I'm a girl mom, so if we don't know anything else about me, I'm a girl mom for sure. 5 girls, that's what God wanted me to have. So we were blessed with 5 daughters. You're the bomb. I'm glad we connected. Okay, bet. Congrats. I know. Garden, thanks. Just found out, and me and hubby were stressed. Don't stress. We are almost 40. If you knew how old I was when I had my last child, you would not be like 40 and thought we were done. Our youngest was finally going to kindergarten. We were home free. Not now. That's the same thing. Look, that's a blessing. It's a blessing. I'm glad I saw that before we checked out of here. Oh, I'm 40. Yeah, if you're almost 40, that's a scam. If you're almost 40, you listen. God knows exactly what he's doing. I'm telling you, God knows what he's doing. I was one of those people. I was telling God, I want to have all my kids. I didn't want to have any kids beyond 35. Boy, did he show me different. I was like, I don't want to have the kids beyond 35 because I was just thinking, the way I'm pretty energetic, but I was just like, Lord, would I be energetic enough for the kids at that age? But let me tell you, blessing on blessings on blessings. I'm telling you, my last one, I laughed like Sarah. Remember how Sarah laughed in the Bible when she was like, "No, not me, not me. No, you couldn't be talking about me, God. That was me with my last. I saw the pregnancy test, and I was just like, I just started laughing. I did. I started laughing because I was like, clearly, clearly, God has other plans, and the plan was not what I had planned for my life. My plan was different. Like I said, one, and my kids know this story, so they're on here. They all right. I told God, I was like, I want one daughter. When I was younger, when I was making all the plans for my life, I knew I wanted to live, knew what I wanted to live in, how many kids I wanted to have, a husband, all that stuff is all planned out. But my plan looked nothing like what God had planned for me. I mean, and now I just laugh. I'm like, you know what? And God knew what I needed. He knew what I needed. I smile because it's a blessing. Like kids are a blessing. Yeah, you learn along with them some things and you have to parent. Like you got to parent because we're not having people running amok. But they are a blessing. I wouldn't even change it. It's a lot of work. Parenting is work, but it's a whole lot of love and a whole lot of fun times. And don't please, you almost girl. You still you ain't gotta worry about it. You're gonna be all right. Your website looks and runs smoothly. Not much to add to it except it just needs more products. All right, Lula, thank you. Thank you so much. I can. Oh, y'all, we had an hour and 24 minutes. God had other plans. Oh, that's right. Tell her, Garden. God had other plans for your life. That's what I'm saying. God had other plans, and I thought because I had this thing where I was like, okay, I had my first set. I always say I had my first set, my older girls, and I had my younger girls. So I had the first three, and because the gap was it's big between big for me. It's a 6 year gap because the gap was big between my third and my fourth. I was like, okay, I thought I was done. I was like, one, two, three, done, three and done. Mm-mm. No, 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 ma'am. No, ma'am. And I thought the same thing. I was like, ooh, I'm gonna have the house to myself. I'm being here. I'm still gonna be young and popping. I'm gonna go to the gym every day. I had it all planned out. And then I found out too. I was like, ooh, God had other plans. But it's a good plan. That's a good thing. Kids are a blessing. They are. They are. I know some people don't feel like they are, and they be like, kids, I don't know if I want them, but they are a blessing. I'm telling y'all, I have a good time with my kids. They are hilarious. I have fun. And now I'm glad that my older kids are at the point they have been for a little while at the point where they can cook. So they come in, they help me cook, they clean up. It's a wonderful thing. Then I got my younger kids who want to help clean too. They help clean because everybody got a job to do around here. Everybody got a job. They're not cooking. They help cook sometimes, but they do. They keep us moving. They keep things going. Like they're so lively, and half the stuff I know about social media, I wouldn't even know if it weren't for my kids. They keep me on point and be like, no, ma, this, that. You should do this. You should do that. Have you ever heard of this? Have you heard of that? And I'm like, no, I don't know what that is. So that's what when people used to say kids keep you young, I think that's part of it. I don't know if it's more to it, but I know it's definitely that. You definitely are active, and you definitely know all the latest and greatest things because they're young. If I didn't have them, I probably wouldn't know what the stuff was. I'd be like, what is that? And I'll be walking around asking questions because I ain't have the younger kids to tell me, but they tell me, they keep me on point about stuff. Mr. Terry said, I can see and hear you clearly, no lag, no echo. Wonderful. And thank you, Mr. Terry. Miss B is laughing. That's why I was crying on Monday's live. Oh, you were reading my book about me being upset. Oh, well, see, look at God sent you to the right place at the right time. Girl, just ask me. You good to go. Trust me. I know you might not feel like it because as you get a little bit up there in age, like as you age, we all do. We start feeling differently, and our bodies may respond to things differently. But girl, you are right in the place where you should be. God knew. He knew before you were born that this day was going to come and that was going to happen to you. So don't stress. Don't stress. Just be like, you know what? It's all in God's plan for my life. I'm good. I even have some people like, why is she having another child? Like she older. I'll be like, mind your business. That's what you need to do. Mind your business. Like my kids are well provided for. We don't lack for anything. God takes good care of us. Why you worried about what I do over here? That ain't your business. And that's what I tell you. If you have any type of, um, you know, chatter coming your direction, look, even if you need to just like dismiss yourself for a little while. Maybe this is your season. I mean, if you're having that, like if people are giving you a hard time, you might not be. You might be around people who are like, oh, wonderful. Because it was most of that for me. Like mostly everybody I told was like, oh, wonderful. Kids are a blessing. Oh, we can't wait till y'all have another one. And that's what I got a lot of. But it was a couple that were like, why she having another one? Yeah. They had their little remarks. And I was like, I don't care. Like, do what you do in your life. And I knew it was a blessing from God. I knew it was definitely from God that I was being blessed to have more children. I knew it was from God. So I didn't care what people said. I was like, listen, this how God want to bless me, then guess we got to do it. I did have to, um, I just had to go along with it. Now there were some days I'd be like, God, now why you waiting until I was this age? God, couldn't you have done this when I was like 28, 31, 32? But who am I? I don't know best. God knows best. So just like you, God knows best. He knows. He knows. Adding any text or fixing the text isn't necessary. It works well and looks great. Yes, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Please listen to that. Mr. Terry dropping the songs. Hi, Picky Foodie. Hey, nice to see you again. We haven't seen you in a minute. You may or may not be in here, but hey, Picky Foodie. Hey, hey, hey. Checked it on both my computer and phone, and the website is responsive design works on mobile computers. Yes, that is what responsive means. Thank you for breaking that down. Because I could assume what responsive means, but in your programming language, thank you for telling me and making sure I know because that helps me out. Yay. I want to tell my husband that so he'll know. Because I sure be like, husband, what do we need to do with this site? Can you do something else? And I'm like bothering him when he have other stuff to do. But I'm glad to hear that has responsive design. Kids grow up quick. Ooh, Miss V, so fast. I'm telling you all, like my older daughters, man, my older daughters, I'm like, I can still remember when they took their first steps in our other house, right? And when I can remember all of that. And it almost feels like it was yesterday or not too far from it. And one day they're walking around, in diapers and pull ups and not wanting to eat certain things. The next thing they walk around, they had their own opinions. They are young ladies or young men. In the case of people who have boys, I don't. That's why I'm gonna refer to kid. Every time you hear me say she or her, that's because this is my life, and I'm just kind of sharing, with you. So yeah, I'm like, man, they're so big now, and my girls, two of them are like college age, so they're at the point where they're about to start their own lives, and that's some territory I have not been in, and I'm trying to work through. I'm like, man, I'm so used to mothering and making sure that everybody is doing this, everybody's doing that, making sure this is in place, that's in place, this, that, just making sure everything's right. And now I just have to completely rely on God. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, God has had me in this season where it's like, you got to learn to rely on me. You can't do everything. You cannot fix everything. You can't solve every problem. You got to rely on me. And I'm telling you, I'm in that season. I'm like, Lord, I don't know. My kids are in different states. And I'm like, I just got to trust and believe that they're okay, and that God, and I pray for them daily. I just got to trust that God has them because they belong to Him. If I really, everything that I have belongs to God. That's including kids. Yes, I had them. Yeah, they came out, but they belong to God. And I know He loves them more than I can, which is very difficult to even comprehend sometimes because I love them and would do anything for them. But if God loves them more than I do, I know He's going to protect them. I know that He has them, I know that He has the situation under control. I just got to be able to take my hands off of it. And I do. And I'm like, okay, I'm exercising faith in a major way because, like, remember Abraham when he went up to the hill and he was going to have to sacrifice Isaac? That was, to me, an awesome sacrifice. And for me, I'm like, okay, just knowing that, I have children in other places, that is like, whoo, that's huge. That's huge. And I don't know if some of you can relate or not relate, but when you have kids and having to allow them to go, and do their own thing and create their own spaces and, be grown and be adults, right? Going and becoming a young adult and venturing out, learning new things for themselves and exploring. That's sometimes for a parent, it's like, oh, just Lord, keep them. That's my prayer. Just keep them, Lord. Just protect them, put a hedge of protection around them. And I say that for my kids who are still in the house. When I release them, when they go to school, I don't know what's happening at school all day long. So, Lord, protect them. Make sure they're covered and, make sure that they don't face any harm, hurt, harm, or danger, right? Keep them from danger seen and unseen. And I pray for myself and my husband. When I'm driving, I don't care if I'm going to the grocery store. Lord, protect me. Keep me from danger seen and unseen. Hey, let me see. Let me stop talking for a second and pick up. Hey, Picky. Everybody saying hi to Picky. Hey, hi, it's me. How you doing? I know I see you. Geeky Girls Journal, you got benefits and blessings of your kids because you're generally listening to them and interact with them. You're making genuine deposits in a bank of trust. Please keep it up. I sure plan to. The great work. Hi, Picky Foodie. Glad to be of help. Yes, you are definitely helpful, Lula. You might want to just add, which I haven't found yet anywhere, is a shipping page explaining how your shipments will work, UPS, etc., how long they will take to ship and explain details. Okay, I think that's on there, but I need to check it out. My husband, he's a tech person. He did that work. He did that work. I go back and I'm like, okay, I want this, I want that. And so lately, I've had to go in myself and do some of those things. So, but He was the one who set all that stuff up for me, and now I'm responsible. I'm like, okay, I got to go in and look at it to see if it's functioning. So thank you, Lulu. That's helpful. I'm gonna go and check and make sure that's in there. Please listen to the gospel song. We come too far by faith. Grab something. I can't even imagine. My oldest is 15, and I only see him on the run. It's practice games. Oh, they are so busy, aren't they? Yep, games, basketball games. Oh my goodness. I only see him on the run. It's practice games, and now it's track season, so it's the same thing all over. So I can't imagine him going. Yes, oh my, that's a whole nother. That's a whole nother thing, Lula. I mean, and I Lula. I'm sorry. That's a whole nother thing. Oh my goodness. Like you said, it's my kids who are here in the household. I know their whereabouts. I know where they're going and coming. The activities. We got basketball season. Well, that's still going on. Oh, track. You said track. What's your son? I used to be on the track team, but what's your son do in track? Like, what's his event? I'm just. Is he a sprinter? Is he like cross country? Does he do shot put? Any of that? No. I missed it. I found it. I'm back. I missed it. Oh, you found it? Okay, good. Thank you, Lula, for going through there and dissecting it and making sure everything looks good. Because I'm telling y'all, I want to make sure that I'm presenting my best, right? Like my best, the best that I can do. That's all. I just want to present the best that I can do with no shortcuts. But I want to present my best because well, remember we said all things do it as if you're doing it to the glory of God. So if I think about it that way, I just want to present excellence. And that way, if I present excellent and people still don't like it, well, that's okay. That means you just don't like it. I'm not your person, right? Or you can't get it or whatever the reason is. But as long as I know it's my best, I'm putting my best foot forward, I can feel good about it. And I can feel good about sharing information and products with people because I know that I did the best job that I could do. Now, if I see later on that I can do better, I'll make some tweaks. That's all I do. I'll make some tweaks like, oh, okay, I'll change this, I'll change that, and then do it again. Thank you, Lula. Welcome back. Let's see. I thought I saw. Oh, Sprinter Mile 400, 200. I did the 400. No, I did the 200. I did the 200. And yeah, I also tried a couple times. I don't know if it's because the coach didn't have anybody that would do hurdles or if he was just trying to experiment, but I had to do hurdles. Thank God it wasn't it was just was it 200 meters? I can't remember how long the distance was. It wasn't that long. And I was glad it wasn't because I didn't trip over a hurdle. I've never done that. Didn't trip over one. Didn't my leg didn't catch the hurdle or anything like that. I made it over safely and could still run. But I almost felt like my coordination went what it should have been. My timing may have been a little off. I don't think I placed, but I tried my best and I did hurdles for a little bit. And then I think he was like, okay, yeah, we need to go ahead and put you back on the 200. So I did that. My sister was a sprinter. So we had a lot of that. And also, in my family, it was like, oh, you're going to run track. I did all the other things. They were like, no, you're going to run track too. I was like, man, got to run track. I even tried to skip practices and stuff like that. It worked out because I had so many other activities like student government. I was on a pom pom, like so I did like auxiliary with band, and I did so we called it the pom poms, but people would probably compare it to like dancing girls, like in the band where you had the dancers. So that's what I did, and so I was in so many activities that a lot of my practices overlapped and they would conflict with other ones. So when it conflicted with track, I was like, oh, I got to go to that practice. And the track, I remember the track coach. Uh, I remember one of my coaches coming to our house one day after practice and telling on me. It's like, you're doing it. My sister and I both were on track team together. And so he came, he was like, they were not at track practice. I don't know what made him come and tell my mom and dad that day, but my mother was at home and he came and told on us and was like, they ain't come to track practice. They missed a mile because we used to have to do warm ups. In the warm ups, we had to run around the city for, I don't know, maybe a mile or whatever before we actually started track practice. And I remember, I don't know what happened, but I started vomiting on the side of the track. And he was like, something. So when we got home, it's like a couple days later he came and he had to talk with my parents like, yeah, she has so much promise and she can do so much better, but she's not at practice. Like he was just telling on me, telling all my business and stuff. And so he was like, yeah, she didn't do blah blah blah. So they have an adult conversation, which I was not a part of. I just heard that part. So I left, and then when I came back, my mother was like, "Yeah, because you missed practice, and you thought you she knew I was, vomiting on the side of the track. So she was like, "Yeah, you that means you need to run more. You need to." And she was like, "Oh, you gonna run?" So she had me running around like, "You do extra. You need to do some extra." So yeah, my coach had us doing that, and then she's like, "You need to do some extra until you get yourself together." So I'm like, "Oh boy, parents then, man, they ain't play." So yeah, I had to do some extra because the coach came and told on me, and I wasn't going to track practice. But I was like, I couldn't go to track practice. I had to go to pom pom, and that was like a everyday thing, every day, all day. I Geeky Girls Journal, please take it as a blessing. Your children want to leave your nest and want to build their own nest. Yeah, a lot of parents have pushed their children out of the nest. You gave them skills to survive. Please keep up the great work. Thank you, Mr. Terry. Welcome back, me. Oh, I know I'm behind you. I'm trying to teach him hurdles, but his real sport is basketball. Okay, so I'm learning the game of basketball now. I should have known the way back then because my two older daughters, actually my three older daughters, they all played basketball and rec. But I was like, I was there just watching and yelling. That was my thing. I wasn't really concerned about learning the rules. My husband, that was his thing. Let him tell him what to do. So last year, my daughter, the one that's playing right now, she played last year as well. But this year, I was like, okay, I need to start learning the rules of basketball so that I'm not just on the sideline yelling, but I know what I'm yelling about. So now I feel like I'm learning more about it. And I'm like, man, and she's really good. Like, she loves playing basketball. Then I have a cheerleader. So, and then my youngest one, she has not yet, she's not in the activities yet, but she really likes to draw and color and sing. Oh my, she loves to sing. She sings all the time, makes her own songs up, sings songs. She don't even know if I'm singing a song. She don't know she's gonna just join in and sing the song. So, that's one of the things I'm seeing, like blessings like that being involved in their lives and knowing that that you have a hand in helping to mold that child, and that's all fun. That's all the fun stuff. You had the tough things as a parent, but you also had those highlights and those fun times, which for me, I gotta say, I have more fun times and more highlights than low lights. Like, it's more good than bad. It's more good than bad. I'm trying to teach him hurdles with his. Yeah, those hurdles now. I don't know. I used to have to do the hurdle stretch all the time. And I think like I was able to get over the hurdles because I was, like I said, I was a dancer, cheerleader, pom pom. So it was easier for me because I already had that. I was flexible enough to get over, and I would just do like a hurdle jump. We did hurdle jumps, do a hurdle jump because that was the way I knew how to get over. But the coach would be like, "Hey, no, you need to do it this way. You need to do it that way." Needless to say, I'm glad. Like I said, I only had to do it a couple times. So with track, all I had to do was run, just run, run, force, run under run. So yeah, hopefully if he'll get the hurdles, like let him be triple, quadruple threat, and also more opportunity for scholarships. There you go. That's the new signature. That's the new signature. Every time I'm in here and I see you say you're back, I must say welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, Lula, I got it. Okay, that's you and it's me. Yes, every live. Okay, looks like that's it. Anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns? We're almost at 2 hours. It's an hour, 42 minutes. Definitely went over, but thankful that you all are in here and that you're here. And Lula, thank you for checking out the site. I appreciate it. I like to see how I can implement new things and make things better. So that's helpful. I waited till you were close to the end of the chat. Thank you before you commented. That's helpful because I was trying to catch up. I was trying to catch up. You're welcome. See? Yes, now I'm on point. I see it coming up. So anything else? Anybody have anything they want to share with the chat? Anybody have any lives coming up? Any long streams? Any good news? Because we got some good news today. We got good news today with that baby number. Wait, uno, dos, tres, cuatro. That's about my extent of Spanish. So yeah, congratulations again. Oh, if you're still in here, that's good news. You made my day. Well, you ain't make my, you not the only one that made my day. It's other things that have happened that made my day. I'm just saying that's a part of it. So girl, God bless you. God bless you. Your children will call you blessed. Gracias, amiga. See now, it's me, you pushing it. I don't, de nada. That means thank you, right? See, y'all, my kids know the reasoning my kids know the reason why I don't know a lot of Spanish. I don't know if I ever shared that with y'all, but my kids know why I don't know Spanish. See, and she gonna keep going because she know I don't know how to say El Bain. What's that mean, Lula? I don't know what that means. I know C, yes, with the on top of bathroom. Oh, de nada. You're welcome. Oh, see, I'm telling y'all, Spanish. I wanted to learn Spanish, but the teacher didn't. The teacher said, "Get out." The teacher told me to get out of class. De nada. You're welcome. Yes, every live. So thank you all for coming in. How you say thank you again? Let me scroll up. You're welcome. I don't know. I don't, me no English. That's right. Me no Espanol is what me no Espanol. Is that how I would say it? It's me no Espanol. She said me no English. You speak English? I don't know much Spanish. I don't know much Spanish either. I know my Spanish, the extent of my Spanish was like a couple days in Spanish class. Well, I had a semester of Spanish or two, but I didn't really learn much Spanish because the teacher told me to get out. But so I had to try to relearn it through Dora the Explorer. I watched Dora with my y'all remember Dora the Explorer? So my two oldest kids, they used to watch Dora the Explorer. My first used to watch it all the time. So I learned some colors. I learned colors through Dora the what else? So yes, I know the basics. I don't know a whole lot, but my one of my daughters is learning Spanish right now. One is in the Spanish class, and the other one is trying to learn Spanish by herself. She's dropping words right there right now. So I'm trying to learn through them. You know, it's always another opportunity to do something. So that's what I do. Gracias, thanks. Oh, okay, there we go. Gracias, gracias, amigas or amigos, amiga for women, amigos for guys. Mi familia. And key, I don't know, is what's up. And K ondas is what's up. Mi casa is tu casa. That's house. My house is your house. Casa is house. I know that. Thank you. Look, see, I'm learning a little bit of Spanish right now. Um, what was his name? Proud knows Spanish. Proud was trying to teach me a little bit of Spanish when he was coming on here. Gracias, Lula. So that's it, you all. Tomorrow is Thursday. So I do plan to come on live at 10 o'clock Thursday. I do plan to come on, but as I said, I think I'm going to start trying to borrow some of the time that I usually do in lives to do long form content. That's what my plan is. So I'll see you all tomorrow at 10 a.m. Unless are all hearts clear, all minds clear. I don't want to leave here without you all. What is there anything that anybody wants to say that I did not cover or that I didn't do or say? Again, congratulations all. Yes, yes, another child. So congratulations. If you're a parent, you know what? There are many books out there telling you how to be parents, but do the best you can do. That's all. Do the best you can do. Pray about it. Ask God to help lead you because you know you need him. You know you need him in some situations. We need God. So yeah, pray about it and do the best you can. Do the best you can. And tell somebody about my website, you all. They might see someone that they like. Or know somebody else who sees something that they like. So I will start trying to talk more about it, during the lives. And Wednesday, we'll do word of the week. Well, not today, but next Wednesday, maybe we'll have a word of the week. And that's it. That's as far as I can go today. All right. You all have a great rest of your day. Thank you for the likes and thank you for coming in and you giving me some watch hours. And I just appreciate you all coming in and spending time with me. I love having these kind of conversations. So I don't know what we're going to talk about tomorrow, but we're going to come in and we'll just talk. We'll figure it out. We're gonna see. We'll see. We'll let the Lord lead it. God bless everybody. Have a beautiful day, night. Take care. Bye, friends. All right. Bye, everybody. See you all later. Sayonara. Arrivederci. I don't know another one. Goodbye. See you later. See you again the next time we pop on here. Have a great rest of your day.